Hello, hello, hello. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to everybody out there. It has been a very interesting year, 2020. And as we are heading into 2021, we are full of gratitude to God that we are here and just wrapping up this year and looking forward to an amazing year in 2021. But as I spent time thinking about this Christmas season, I started to really ponder about what it really means as I was trying to explain it to my children, to my friends, what really Christmas means to me. I decided to jump into the scriptures and to search really why we really celebrate Christmas. And a few things started to stand out to me and that I wanted to share today. So I come from Nigeria, and Nigeria is a country of over 200 million people. And one of the things that we is really a challenge in Nigeria, the country where I grew up, is that there is a shortage of electricity, energy. So a lot of times you find yourself in darkness after when it's in the evening time, the sun has gone down. A lot of times you're in darkness unless you're running a generator. There is no constant power supply. And one of the things I remember growing up was that we would be sitting in darkness and just, really bored and trying to figure out what do you do where there's no light, where there's no electricity. You really can't do much. You can't study, you can read, you can't do much. You can tell stories in the dark, but not a lot to do. And once the light comes, once I used to be NEPA, once the light comes, you would hear a loud shout in the entire community, in the whole neighborhood. People would hear, "Yay! The light is here." And as I thought about it, I realized that that is what Christmas means. Christmas means to me and to us that those who walked in great darkness those who walked in darkness have seen a great light. That is Christmas. Christmas means that we have been walking in darkness and suddenly we have seen this great light. And that light comes into the life of man to illuminate our lives and illuminate our path. So in Isaiah, I think chapter 9, verse 2, it says, "Those who walked in darkness have seen a great light." And I think somewhere in Matthew as well, I think it's Matthew chapter 4, verse 16, it was talking about the coming of Jesus. The meaning of Christmas for me is that we who were walking in darkness, anyone who is walking in darkness, if you're unsure, if you're feeling fear, if you're feeling anxiety, all the things that darkness represents, I'm not quite sure. I'm not being led. I can't see. If you are feeling your way through life, not quite certain of what is going on or how things, if life is throwing you curves, if you're not very certain of who you are and where you're going, then Christmas should be good tidings, great joy, news of great joy, great news. The good news that we who were walking in darkness have seen a great light. And as I continue to study this concept of seeing a great light through the introduction of Jesus to the human race, to the human experience, I kind of thought that there are, I think, 4 or 5 different reactions to light when we see light, right? So, one of them, I think, is that when light appears, first of all, it says of light. I spent some time reading in John. I think John is the gospel that talked a lot about Jesus Christ coming into the world as the light of the world that lights the path of man. Right? So in John chapter 1, verse 5, it says, "The light shines in the darkness, and this darkness cannot comprehend it." So when Christ came, light came into the world. Light, illumination, joy, hope, revelation, peace, direction. Those are all the things that are synonyms for me when it comes to light. As I continue to think about this whole idea of light, um, it seems to me that there are a couple of reactions for when we see light. One is that um, I think that some people enjoy darkness. Some people are thriving in the darkness. They love the works of the darkness. And when light comes, right, their first reaction, instead of one of, yay, the light is here, is one of, oh, I was really enjoying what I was doing in the dark. I like the darkness. And so some people, their reaction is to turn away from the light. They turn their backs to the light and they walk towards the darkness. They don't want the light. So that's the first reaction. There is a group of people who do not like the light because the light exposes the works of darkness and they are thriving in the works of darkness. They enjoy darkness. They want darkness. And so the light is not for them. And then they shy away from the light. They walk away from the light. Because when the light comes, it illuminates our lives and it chases darkness away, just like the scripture says, that God separates darkness from light, right? So, and Jesus is that light of the world. It does tell us in the scriptures, Jesus is that light of the world. And when you light a lamp, you don't hide it under a bushel. You put it on a hill so that people will see and come to the light. But we have to be aware that there are some people who do not want to come to the light. They like the works of darkness. They don't want their works to be exposed in the light. They thrive in darkness. Just like there are people who thrive in chaos and anarchy. They want it. They want the division. They want hatred. They want war. There are people who thrive and who profit from darkness. And so those people don't want the light. But there is another group of people when we light a candle or we bring it light into darkness. They love the light. They like the light. They are like firefly. I mean, not like firefly. They are like flies who gather around the light. They come to see the light. They come to thrive in the light. They bring their books. Maybe if they want to study, they bring their books into the light and they want to study in the light. They want to do things in the light. The light illuminates the way for them. It kind of shows them, it gives them an experience of showing them the way. But then they enjoy the light and then they go back. And then when they need a little bit more illumination, a little bit more light, they come back to the source of light, which they come back, they enjoy the light, and then they leave. They are content with having this light experience that is a come and go as you need it, right? They enjoy that experience. They are satisfied with having the light sit somewhere else and they come to the light. These are people who want to have light experiences, light moments, and it could mean something for them. It could mean they go to church, they spend time with people who have the light, they hang around people who have light, they hang around the light. But there's another group of people who want more. They want the light for themselves. They want to be carriers of the light. And this group of people are people I think about as where the scripture says that the spirit of man is the candle of the Almighty. And I think that that's in Proverbs chapter 20. Is it verse 26 or 22? Where it says, let me actually find that. Yeah. Actually, it's Proverbs chapter 20, verse 27, where it says, the spirit of man is the candle of the Lord, searching all the inward parts of the belly. So within our spirit is a candle, is a candle. And some of us are content to come and graze on the light of other people and just graze and see the light and enjoy the light and go. But there are a group of people who recognize that their spirit is the candle of the Almighty, and they want that candle to be lit. And so they draw their spirit out and they go and they catch the light. They catch the light. They light their own candles, and then they become carriers of light. And when they light their own candle, there are two things we can do when we light our own candle. A couple of things. Some of us say we're content with lighting our own candle. We go into our own homes. Our home is lit because we're lit. Our spirits are lit. We're content. We're happy. We're okay. We have the light in us. Some people want to share their light. They put their light up on a hill, on a pedestal, and they want other people to come and glean from their light. And then there are people who go door to door and just, they see darkness. They run to the darkness because they have the light, and they offer to light the candles of other people. You know, and I heard a story this weekend, the Christmas weekend, shared by my pastor, and she was talking about an experience that she had that really stuck with me. She had gone to buy her son a t-shirt, and her son was very excited about this t-shirt. She wasn't even sure about why he was so excited about this t-shirt. Come to find this out, this was a glow in the dark t-shirt. This is a glow in the dark t-shirt. And apparently, her son knew it was a glow in the dark t-shirt. She didn't know. We were all in the light, enjoying the light. It looked like any other ordinary t-shirt. But the first thing that he did when he got this t-shirt, when he got home, was to run home and run into a dark room, put the light off, and then show off his sister, his sibling. Look, I have a glow in the light shirt. I have a glow in the light t-shirt. Everybody can see the light because it's dark. And that really stood out to me. There are people who have the light. They are content because the light is lighting their lives. They are happy. They are experiencing the light of God. There are others who put it up on a bushel for people to come and see. And there are people who take their light and run straight into the darkness because they know that when they run into the darkness, they will illuminate the darkness because light shines brighter in the darkness. The darker it gets, the brighter our light should shine. And I think that that's what we were called to do. Jesus came to this world on Christmas. As we celebrate Christmas, we need to realize that Jesus is the light of the world. He is the original light. He is the light, the source of light. We are but candles. We are witnesses. And I think John the Baptist recognizes in John chapter 1, I think it was verse 9 or so, where it says, John knew that he was not the light. He was just a witness to the light. He was a harbinger. He was a forebearer of the light. The actual light is Christ. And that is why Christmas means so much to us, to me. That we who walked in darkness have now experienced light. He is the source of light, and we all are candles. Our spirits are candles. And the reaction we should have is to go close to Christ and light our own candles from Christ, and then go around lighting the candles of other people, running into the darkness so that the darkness can see our light. And so the question I have been asking myself this season is, how am I lighting the candle for other people? How am I running straight into the darkness to light the candle? How am I illuminating the lives of other people? Because Christ has lit my own candle. How am I putting my light on display so that others will see? How am I being a witness for the light? And I think that that's the most important question for me this Christmas season. That even as we celebrate Christ coming as the light of the world, when when we used to when the light would come when we were growing up, we would celebrate, yay, NEPA is back, the light is back, electricity is back, now we can go back and do what we were called to do, what we're supposed to do. And then how do we take that light, even as we've celebrated his coming, how do we take that and light the candle of another? You guys know one of my favorite quotes is, lighting the candle of another does not diminish our own light. It only makes the world brighter. So my challenge to us this Christmas is to take that light that we have, to celebrate it, to put it on a hill so that others would see, and then to go run straight into the darkness with our light shining bright, knowing that the light dispels the darkness. Merry Christmas, everybody.